Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm stitching one of the characters that molded my childhood. Wanna guess what it is? I wasn't born yet when this cartoon was released, but my mom loved it and had it on DVD, which I'd often watch as a child. Unfortunately, we lost the CD after moving houses. I tried finding the cartoon movie online but only saw the series, which I also love, but I really wanted to rewatch the movie, but I'm not giving up until I find it. Today's topic is misconceptions about Christians. As I've said previously, I'm a Christian, so it's inevitable that I'll include Jesus in the topic of conversation or make a video solely for him, like today. This wasn't part of my initial plan, but I've been really bothered by how people view Christians recently, so I just had to get it out. One of the misconceptions I believe that people have about us is that we are saints that don't make mistakes and doesn't sin, which is completely wrong. As a matter of fact, it is a core belief of Christianity that everyone is a sinner. No one is righteous, no not one, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Christians sin just like everybody else. The only difference is we don't let sin bind us or let it define how we live our life. Instead, we lay it all down to Christ and trust in the purifying power of His love to cleanse and change us. And change doesn't happen overnight, it's gradual. A sinner doesn't instantly just become a good person just because they decided to follow Christ. I hope people realize that, both the Christians and aren't. Because I also see Christians who are too hard on themselves all because they've made a mistake and failed. You will fail. In your long journey of reconciling your relationship with Jesus, you are bound to fail once or twice. The most important thing is which way you run to when you fail. Do you run to God or from God? I remember long ago, I fought with this classmate of mine and this kind of misconception was brought up. I know fighting and Christianity doesn't sound like it should exist in the same sentence. For context, he bullied my closest friend, which is supposed to be his childhood friend, in a group chat and other social medias, together with some of our other classmates, all because he was jealous. It was also not the first time that he insulted my friend, but the both of us are the nonchalant type, so we just ignored him, until it came to that point. My friend cried and I lost my reason. I argued with a guy on a private chat to defend my friend. It was a very long argument that lasted past midnight. When he was beginning to lose the argument, he told me that I'm meddling when it isn't my fight. I argued back that there was five of them and there's only my friend, and even with me included, the playing field still isn't equal. Since that didn't work, he attacked my faith saying that I'm a Christian and I shouldn't act the way I acted. So I ended up preaching about how that's not how Christianity works. Christianity is not a place for those in good health, but for those with sick souls that needed healing. And that's basically how our argument ended because he kind of gave up after that and blocked me. Which leads me to the second misconception about Christians. I feel like people expect Christians to be doormats that they can just step on. Indeed, we are commanded to be meek, but not in the presence of injustice. We are also commanded to fight for the oppressed and speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. Of course, in a way that reflects Christ, which I admit may or may not have been reflected in my previous actions. Yeah. And speaking of people that needed healing, that's also another misconception that Christians and non-Christians have about Christianity. They think that the church is the home of the perfect. It is not. I had this friend who is a backslider. We haven't talked for so many years, and when we met again, I saw my past self in him. The past me that was so lost in the world and so broken. So I told him, I think it's time for you to come back to Jesus. But I was really saddened by his answer. He said he'll come back to God when he had his life sorted out. And he's not the only person I heard that same response. We can never be worthy of God. That's the very reason why Jesus had to die to redeem us, so that we could be made worthy through him. This broken world can never help you fix your life. Instead, it pushes you further into the abyss. That's why Jesus told us to come as we are, broken, hurting, empty. Because what the world destroyed, what it cannot fix, Jesus is the only one capable of fixing. And my life is the greatest testament to that. Alright, here's the finished result. I hope you liked and was blessed by this video. Bye bye!